So reading for OBG. Want to know what should she know right now? And let's see what we got. I pulled out the, Shadowscapes Tarot. Very dreamy card. A lot of people looking up. A lot of confusing images and stuff like that. But there's some interesting things in here that I can pull out. So, what you should know right now. Let's start left to right. First thing you should know is there's some sort of an imbalance that's happening right now. And it's an imbalance in some area of your life, and you think that you can control the imbalance or balance it out or make it whole or something like that. It's just not going to happen. You have to accept whatever the imbalance is and just go on with it and just kind of put up with it. So whatever the imbalance is, it's just going to not become balanced, but it's going to become better. But it's not going to become better by you chasing it. So just kind of have some acceptance with it, kind of put up with it. Don't make such a big deal out of it and things like that, and everything's going to be fine with the imbalance. So that's the Justice card reversed. All right, so the Nine of Swords reversed as well. So the Nine of Swords is about, well, the nine is understanding. It's a mutable moon type of number. It's also about idealism, beliefs and goals and values and things like that. And it just seems that like when you want to pursue something, you don't pursue it all the way. And it seems like that if you went and pursued something and stuck with it the entire way, you would benefit from that. So if you want to know what you would want to know, that would be what you want to know as far as pursuing things. Again, it's vague, but it seems to be in a more of a conflict resolution type of thing. Anyway, so here's the interesting piece that we have in here. This along with back off. It seems like you shouldn't back off. It seems like you should go and pursue something as well as the Nine of Swords is saying. But here's something interesting. I think that you want to know what you need to know. The Four of Swords is a very secure type of thing. The four is it's a cardinal number. It's about incentive and security. So all the, fours are about security, being kind of wrapped in, having homeliness and things like this. And that's right side up, but it also touches the Knight of Wands, which is a very active, centric kind of card. And, he's riding into the sunset, or he has some foxes going with him and he's hauling butt into there, but it's upside down, so it means he's not taking that action. And I think that what this means is that there's some ability where you think that because you don't do any new actions, or you don't pursue something new, or you kind of want to stay the same as what it's always been and keep the status quo going, you think there's some security within that, but it's actually the opposite. I think this is the big card set of something that you need to know. And it is that having security, having the same thing every day, not pursuing the things that you want, based upon, it might not work out or something like that, is not going to be the security blanket that you think it is. A lot of times, instability, chaos, things like that is what actually brings balance to us, because once the bad things are over, or once the crap is over like that, then there's some security that you can handle the chaos and you kind of grow. The old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, kind of thing. I'll give you an example. I used to be like frightened to talk to women and people in general and things like that, and my friends would just kind of toss me into groups and say, here, talk to them, and I'd go and talk to them, and it wouldn't work out at all, and I was like just deathly frightened of talking to anybody. It was really shy and things like that. But after being forced out to talk to people, after a while it became kind of normal, and the fear went away, and it was no big deal. But there was this was like a big fear of mine, and there was a fear that went away, because after a while I knew that the instability of, does this person like me? Does the person want to talk to me? Does the person want me to piss off or whatever? It doesn't really matter anymore, and I developed a sense of not giving a crap what people thought about me. In addition, I had renewed confidence of talking to people. So if I have gone on a business trip, or I'm out or something like that, man, I just talk to everybody, no problem. Everybody talks to me, have a great time. And if I'm somewhere new in a strange place, I can just make some new friends at the pub, or the dude at the hotel or something, when he's off, or you go hang out and stuff like that. get a tour of the city. There's just like a security within the chaos, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to give an example of how security doesn't really relate to the status quo, or it doesn't, really, it's not married to the same old thing. I mean, they have a similar thing with another guy I know. He basically almost never left his room. He was a big book reader, liked to watch TV, Star Trek, and all this other crap. I mean, just do that over and over and over, and he ended up moving to a totally new place. And a lot of his stuff, didn't go with him because his wife took it and all this other stuff. But I mean, then he has this total insecurity and this total panic attack about what am I going to do? The life that I knew is kind of gone. But I mean, if he had gone out, done some new interesting things, pursued some other hobbies, had some fun, stuff like this, then he would have, again, had some security within the chaos. So I think that's the big thing as far as what you should know right now is that message. So, and that comes from the Four of Swords, the 4 being a very security-related number, and again, the Knight of Wands being upside down. He's a very action-packed guy. The Knights in general, the ones that went out and did all the chores, that rounded up the people and went and collected treasure or whatever, and the Wands especially, because that's the action, card. This is a fire sign. So he's just upside down doing absolutely nothing. And again, that goes back to the back off card, the Oracle card, being upside down. It's not a matter of backing off. It's a matter of pursuing, something that you didn't think was going to work out or something like that. Letting go of, whatever injustice or whatever imbalance that you have. And again, not relying on stability to make you stable. So the last cards we have here is not near as important as these cards over here. This is a Page of Pentacles, which is upside down. The Page is kind of a, lighthearted kind of guy, and he's just turned upside down. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles, the lady looking up and with the Pentacles. And the 7 is about relationships, the Venus, a fixed kind of thing. It's almost a spiritual, kind of number. Especially with the 2 Pentacles over here, we have a kind of a maturity image with the top. And then at the bottom we have a relationship. So I think that one of your relationships, maybe that you're in, maybe a friendship or other type of relationship, will start to get serious. And I think it's going to be as a result of you doing some of these pursuits over here. Maybe I think it's going to be a good thing. You want to know what you need to know right now. I think one of the big things is the one that I just told about the security and this relationship getting a little more serious than it was before. I don't know who it's with, but it just seems like there's some movement in a relationship that's going to happen, and it's a very Venus type of feel to it. So but 7 is also victory and overcoming, and the relationship is going to be a positive one. It's going to firm up a little bit, and that's going to be a good thing for you. So that's my reading for OBG.